You're with the hard facts from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Prime Time studio. Viewers, what a day it's been. History has been scripted for a whole generation of Indians, maybe even two, viewers. The last time a Prime Minister was completing the formalities to lay stake to form the government for a third consecutive time was in 1962. 62 years later, the Prime Minister today completing those formalities. Those pictures are from the old Lok Sabha from the morning where the entire NDA met and endorsed the Prime Minister. Well, viewers, the Prime Minister-elect, let me say, is back in his element. During the course of an NDA meeting, the one that you're seeing unfold before your eyes, called to endorse him for staking claim to the PM's post, Modi launched a no-holds-barred attack on the Congress party. In a blistering but measured extempore speech, where the Prime Minister only ever occasionally looked down at his notes, he asked the Congress what it was so ecstatic about. Why was it so cock-a-hoop? The Prime Minister wondered how a party that ended up with less than even 100 seats and that in 3 elections hasn't been able to surpass the BJP's 240 in this election. How is it that such a party still believes that the popular mandate in this election was in favor of its right to rule, to even exercise the right to rule, to even contemplate forming the government, to even think that it could deny Modi an opportunity to stake claim, even though, according to the Prime Minister-elect, the NDA has been around for more than 3 decades, that it is the only organic pre-poll alliance to have ever staked claim in 4 iterations. Indeed, viewers, we might forget actually, but this is the 4th time that the NDA is staking claim. So it's essentially staking claim for the 4th term since it became a viable winning combination. But viewers, before we move on, listen to the Prime Minister-elect as he tears into the Congress party today in what formally begins the process of responding to the Congress after the elections were completed and the results were out. Remember, in his address at the BJP headquarters, the Prime Minister spoke a grander narrative. Today he was in his political element. So listen in.
साथियों, मेरा बहुत सौभाग्य है कि एनडीए के नेता के रूप में आप सबने सर्वसम्मति से चुन करके मुझे एक नया दायित्व दिया है और इसके लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभारी हूं। आज जब आप मुझे फिर से एक बार ये दायित्व देते हैं, इसका मतलब है कि हम दोनों के बीच हम आपस में विश्वास का सेतु इतना मजबूत है। सरकार चलाने के लिए बहुमत आवश्यक है। लोकतंत्र का वही एक सिद्धांत है, लेकिन देश चलाने के लिए सर्वमत बहुत जरूरी होता है। हिंदुस्तान के राजनीतिक इतिहास में और हिंदुस्तान की राजनीति में गठबंधन के इतिहास में प्री पोल अलायंस इतना सफल कभी भी नहीं हुआ है जितना कि एनडीए हुआ। अगर मैं 14, 19 और 24 3 चुनावों को जोड़ करके कहूं, कांग्रेस के 3 चुनाव जोड़ूं तो इन 3 चुनाव में जितनी सीटें हमें मिली है उससे ज्यादा हमें इस चुनाव में मिली है.
Well, viewers, the Congress Party's lead national spokesperson and the head of its media cell, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, didn't waste any time, as he never really does, in retorting and taking on the Prime Minister. He hit back at the Prime Minister-elect with unrestrained and trademark venom. Listen in.
एक तिहाई प्रधानमंत्री के दोगलेपन की कोई सीमा नहीं. देखिए आज वो क्या कर रहे हैं. मूर्छित एनडीए में जान फूंकने की भरसक कोशिश कर रहे हैं और संविधान को अपना माथा ठेक रहे हैं. यही वो संविधान है जिस पर उन्होंने आक्रमण किया है पिछले 10 सालों में. संवैधानिक सिद्धांतों का उल्लंघन हुआ है, संवैधानिक संस्थाएं कमजोर किए गए हैं और प्रचार किया गया 400 पार का ताकि संविधान बदले, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर का संविधान बदले, और आज उसी संविधान को अपनाने का ड्रामा रचा रहे हैं. इनकी दोगलेपन की कोई सीमा नहीं है. 1/3 प्रधानमंत्री हैं. इनकी भारी प्रचंड व्यक्तिगत, राजनीतिक और नैतिक हार हुई है.
Rajnitik and Naitik, moral and political. Viewers, defeat, says Jairam Ramesh. Aside from Jairam Ramesh, many in the Congress believe that it should have made a more strident attempt to win power. Are these folks in the Congress misreading the verdict? Here are some hard facts. Judge for yourselves, viewers. I always present these hard facts to you so you can get closer to the truth, so that you can sift fact from fiction. Now, viewers, let me break this result down for you in a different way, looking at it from the Congress perspective. Yesterday, we had broken it down from whether the Prime Minister actually had the mandate in his favor. Today, we're seeing whether the Congress, we're assessing this, whether the Congress can actually claim that the people voted for it, but the NDA is denying them. So, viewers, the BJP won 240 out of 441 seats it contested. If you just do the maths, that strike rate is about 54.4%. So, a little more than half the number of seats where it contested, it won. The Congress won 99 out of 329 seats, viewers. If you do the math, the strike rate is 30%. So, it won 1 every 3 seats. The BJP won 1 every 2 seats it contested. Now you tell me, viewers, who do you think the voter was picking more often when they were presented with the option? That's the first hard fact, viewers. The second, let's look at margins. Congress won 6 seats by less than 5,000 votes. The takeaway is this simple, viewers: more seats via narrow margins among the contested seats. The BJP actually won 7 by the same margin of less than 5,000, but it contested a significantly large number of seats. So if you do the math there again, viewers, it shows that the Congress was winning your support with more slender margins. Now let's look at strongholds. This is an important measure. It tells you about the quality of a victory. How many people endorse you emphatically? In 101 seats, viewers, the BJP's vote share was greater than 50%. This has come down, if you remember, in 2019 it was around 244 seats, if I'm not mistaken, where its vote share was more than 50%. So it's come down. But think about it, in a quarter of the seats, people were emphatically in favor of the BJP. When it comes to the Congress, only 37 seats where the voter was emphatically in favor of it. Then let's look at vote shares, viewers. This is an indication of how well you are doing. Now, obviously, there's no point comparing the overall vote share because there is a significant BJP advantage there. Naturally, viewers, because A, the BJP has contested more seats and it has also won more seats. So it's quite clear that they would be doing better. But let's look at growth patterns. You get a vote share. It tells you where you're growing. There's been a dip in 16 states and union territories when it comes to the Congress party. So there are fewer voters who are impressed with the Congress's message spread across geographies. That tells you that the seats of the Congress one is localized. A large number of them in Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka. These three states in Kerala, giving them the bulk of the seats. The rest, hit and miss. Rajasthan, of course, another state. So 5 states and the rest were all hit and miss, viewers. Let's look at the next hard fact. The NDA has governments in 22 states. It's clear that the NDA is more acceptable pan-India than the Congress party or even the India Bloc. Viewers, let's open this up because many people will have differing opinions on this question. And it's an interesting one. Because after all, what is at stake, viewers? The stake is our future for 5 years. And we mustn't get this wrong. If we misread the verdict, then the wrong people are governing us. But if we haven't, then there is no controversy. So let's just bury this controversy by getting all our stakeholders to put their views forward. Tehseen Poonawalla, let me start with you first. Since you speak for the Congress, you're close obviously to the Gandhi family. You know what they're thinking, how they're reacting to this verdict and whether they actually do feel validated. So let me ask you, Tehseen Poonawalla, I've put out some facts, some hard facts for you tonight. On the basis of this, can you actually make a case for saying that the people have actually picked you and not Narendra Modi? How can you say unki naitik and what is the other word? My Hindi is not the best. So what he meant was electoral and moral defeat. How can you make this claim?
Good evening, Rahul. Thank you for having me on the show. At the onset, congratulations to Guru Prakash Bhai. I haven't met him since the results, so many congratulations to him.
You haven't even met me. Say nice things to me.
But I always say nice things to you, but you're not in the BJP. And I know you're not. I know you're a neutral journalist, and I will stand by that. I say that publicly.
Good.
And I tweet
I'm
that
glad.
publicly.
It's been a tough time. If you've been reading,
you asked a tough
one very
questions.
unlikely source has been taking up for journalists over the last 24 hours. Great spirited. Forgot that someone very close to him transcended from becoming a journalist to a politician. So thank you for saying that I'm not one at all. Yes.
No, you're
Go
not.
Ahead,
you've always questioned the government, and you've always given the opposition enough airtime. So I do agree on that. But 2 points. I do firmly believe that this is a moral defeat for the BJP, any way you look at it. I firmly believe this, and I'll give you my reasons why. The Honorable Prime Minister did thunder in Parliament, "Ab ki baar 400 par hari." Rahul Gandhi did not say that. We spoke we said the target was 290. The B target was 370. They achieved fail. Of course, Varanasi at one point, he was after like votes. The rejection of Modi. This is all people. Somebody believed that for the next single party over the cultural values of India. What's happened now is we the people believe that the government is elected to serve, and now not again for the next 5 years can somebody come on television at 8 p.m. and say in the next 4 hours your money currency is banned. In the next 4 hours there's a lockdown in the country. That cannot happen. That's the sigh of relief. That's the moral victory. Of course the BJP got the alliance. But look fighting. Don't look at numbers. Look at it in text. In a poll, there's a chance. So you are the most, even today, prime giant over all of us. This is somewhat of, I've not said the Goliath has been, but David at least taken a few steps forward. Come the next UP elections, Haryana, Maharashtra right away, there is a chance for the India Alliance to pick up. I firmly believe Haryana and Maharashtra, India Alliance is going to do well. Then UP election turns out happen in politics. Anand, interesting said series of Prime Minister starting from Amit Shah to Yogi Adityanath. I think Anand may have to rethink that. If the India Alliance wins Haryana, Maharashtra, and in UP, Anand will have to rethink that.
No, so just 1 second. So Tehseen Poonawalla, are you suggesting that the Prime Minister who has taken his party in the face of 10 years of anti-incumbency, close to winning an election, doesn't have the moral or the electoral right to form a government, but someone who is at 99 and then shopping around to find one body to make it 100, and apparently has, is somehow more entitled? I mean, this is a contradiction in terms.
It is. That's not true. And that can't happen. The Prime Minister is not just morally entitled, he's constitutionally entitled to form the government, and he will.
So then why is the Congress party, so then the Prime Minister is right to say, what are you jumping around for? Pipe down. You've lost an election.
No, we haven't lost the election, but let me explain that.
You haven't lost it?
It's a grey area. No, we haven't.
It's a grey
Let me
area.
explain slightly.
Okay.
It's a grey area.
Okay.
And it's not 50 shades of grey, it's just one shade of grey.
Well, you're
Anand is
making it
getting-
50. Well, actually, in your case, it would be, again, my math is not my strong suit. So 173 shades of grey,
Shades.
right? 99 plus 173 will give you, I think, look, I
272.
I think I might have overestimated that. But anyhow, go ahead.
No, but I'll tell you why this is the 230. You see, of course, the president has no option. She has to invite the single largest three-party alliance, which is the NDA, or the single largest political party, the BJP, to form the government. The India alliance is duty-bound that in case the NDA fails, it hasn't so far. It doesn't look like it is. In case there is some bargaining, they don't form the alliance. It doesn't work. What do you want? Do you want to throw the country back to polls, or the India alliance is supposed to form a government? Picking up a phone in politics, speaking to your political opponents, trying to build bridges, that's hardcore politics. We should celebrate it.
Okay.
That isn't wrong. The India alliance cannot form the government now. NDA has to form the government. It is forming the government.
Okay, let's open this up.
But if the government falls, India alliance should try to form the government.
Okay. Well, viewers, remember what he said. The verdict in favor of the NDA is a grey area. And 73, whatever it is, shades of grey. Dr. Ranganathan, 173 shades of grey. Can you see the black and the white here?
Good evening, Rahul. Good evening to my fellow panelists. Good evening, especially to Tehseen, who is an expert in shades of grey.
He's wearing black, though.
But
I'm wearing black, though.
but at the outset, I think it was a wonderful gesture on behalf of Rahul Gandhi to have congratulated Pakistan at defeating America yesterday in cricket, because Rahul Gandhi said America or USA was expected to win in 14 overs, and because they had to require a super over, it was not really America that won, it was actually Pakistan. So I congratulate that logic. It's wonderful. What are we talking about here, Rahul? 3 points. Number one, for somebody to say that BJP has not got the mandate, has not got the moral right, just because it boasted it's going to win 400 seats. Well, there is. And the day Narendra Modi said that, I said, look, that's not true. That's wrong. He shouldn't have said it. But other than that, are we forgetting that the whole jamboree of elections is a cornucopia, if I may say so, of symbolism, of metaphor, of bombast? I mean, Rahul Gandhi and every politician, starting from Mamta Di to Stalin to everyone, expected India alliance to win. So they were the ones who were saying exit polls are wrong. They are the ones who are going to say we are going to form the government. So they were wrong as well.
Sidhu Moosewala 295.
That's right, 295. And these are the people who got 145 seats, and they were jumping, dancing in the aisles when Manmohan Singh was anointed the prime minister. They got to the aisles. Anti-incumbency. After 10 ENC, and what anti-incumbency as for is concerned, he gets 240. So obviously he's got the mandate, and yes, of course, it's reduced. I don't juvenile. I just extend beyond towards, better than expected them to do. So yeah, it's just gone beyond. It's gone to people are accusing Narendra of the stock. The BSC is back to it a level. Of mind games are played, be that as it may. What does this? And of course, Narendra Modi portend 5 years. I believe it's going to form a very stable, and I believe that Narendra Modi, being a status quoist, unfortunately, all the reforms that should have happened, civilizational as well as cultural, as well as removing the discrimination against Hindus, will not happen, because he might be stopped by his major coalition partners. But all the economic reforms would happen, because in Chandrababu Naidu, you have a reformist who's even more of a daring reformist than Narendra Modi. So I think the future is bright for India. I think together the option as the ruling dispensation should come and celebrate that.
Okay. In Paswan, BJP spokesperson, look, to moral victory defeats, that particular elastic. First of all, to stake claim, because I've heard BJP take Karnataka, where certain part of allied, or Maharashtra, where there was all MV came together, post-poll, etc., as you know, and you question the authority of that. So there is a bit of that. And then, of course, whether electorally you have got the mandate in your pocket. You said 400 par, you haven't even ended up with pretty a simple shades of grey here points.
No, Rahul, acknowledge and congratulate you. Apart from being a political activist, we are political scholars as well. And the article that you have written that has answers to all the questions that effective Ramesh has. And one particular point which I'm trying to mention here is that the party has secured more votes than the Congress party in south of India. 3,000 more votes by contesting on lesser number of seats. So the next time any Congress person says that the Bharatiya Janata Party is not a political party beyond the Vindhyas, you have to take a note of it. We are a larger party than you in the south of India. One nation is our motto. One nation is our political commitment. That point, Rahul, I had to mention here because since morning it was inside me. Second, Mr. Teswin Poonawalla is a very good friend and he said nobody gave us a chance. Mr. Teswin Poonawalla, my dear friend, we are not playing gully cricket. पहले try ball करो, out हो जाओगे, फिर वो out नहीं दोगे. Nobody gave us a chance. Nobody gave us a chance. What do you mean by this? Tessie, you are a dear friend, but who gives chance in politics, sir? Nobody gave us a chance. You cannot tolerate the fact, Tessie, you and your ecosystem, you and your elite feudal establishment could not simply tolerate or digest the fact that for the last 10 years, the country became the 5th largest economy. Our country became the first to land on the south pole of the moon. But that still would not tolerate Allah as old Prime Minister and hence this is all philosophical student of jurisprudence. Aristotle and will have offerings for you. But as far as politics is concerned, let me make this very clear. South of India, west of India, east of India, the historical and the remarkable mandate in Odisha, both in the parliamentary election and the assembly election. So, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, Rahul, and the entire elite establishment of the problem. Hence the argument moral defeat, naitik har. Arey kya hai bhai? You're not playing gully cricket. It's Indian politics.
Okay.
World's largest democracy. World's ancient democracy.
Let me bring in
this. Take a note of it.
Okay, Samajwadi's national spokesperson also here with us. Mr. Haider, is the problem with Narendra Modi? Is that really what it is? You just want to see the back of him and therefore you're going to construct a narrative which actually falls foul of the facts. And I have got the facts here. 3 days I've been bringing these facts together every evening.
Rahul bhai, I feel sorry for Mr. Modi. Am I audible?
Yes, of course you are, sir.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Mr. Modi because, he has, we all know how he has done the government in the past, starting from Gujarat state to the center. Rahul bhai, the problem with Mr. Modi is he's so desperate to get into the power for the third term. I mean, he's not even going to share the government and power with people, but also a frame of camera everywhere with people like Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, who considered him a terrorist, who wants to end the democracy of the country. This is very unfortunate. I really feel sorry for Mr. Prime Minister because, Rahul bhai, he has a style of, a top-down style of leadership, which a coalition may not take it because, for a coalition, you need the first and foremost thing is consensus. And Mr. Narendra Modi has always been, making unilateral decision. In most of the decision, he's not even taking the confidence of his cabinet. So that's what he has been doing throughout. And now, when he's going to run a coalition government, that is going to be quite challenging for him. And people of the country are anxious. They are not certain that how long
you're calling him just so I got that right. You're saying that he's been accused of being a terrorist. Now, can I ask you, sir, very quickly, one short question?
No,
Didn't you give? Hello, 1 second, Mr. Haider. 1 second, Mr. Haider, please. You gave a ticket to a quasi-terrorist. You've given a ticket to a quasi-terrorist.
Whom you are referring to?
One of the biggest gangsters.
Do you know whom you're referring to?
Well, you should tell me.
No, you should tell me.
Well, sir, I mean, you have...
There could be more than one, he feels.
Well, no, I'm asking
just
you.
tell me.
There is, look, names. You know who we are talking. Elephant in the lawn, a mafia.
Can you please...
Do I have to...
Rahul bhai, the Janata Party has given ticket to Tariq Mir, who was a Hizbul commander. They have given ticket to terrorists who have been, taken from, arrested by NIA. They have given ticket to terrorists.
Okay.
This is on record.
Mr. Paswan, The Prime Minister is being accused of terrorism, of being a terrorist de facto by the Samajwadi Party tonight to deny him his due. Would you like to respond to this?
No, certainly. I think the utterances of Samajwadi Party no longer matters. The senior leader of Samajwadi Party, Mr. Azam Khan, once said, pointing towards a statue of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, ये देश के सबसे बड़े भूमाफिया हैं. तो समाजवादी पार्टी के नेता क्या बोलते हैं उसका कोई अर्थ नहीं है. The institution of Samajwadi Party, and they are speaking of a top-down approach. You are commenting on our coalition building capacity. For your information, sir, for the information of your viewers, Rahul, coalition dharma. The term coalition dharma was introduced to Indian politics by none other than Bharat Ratna, former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. We ran a successful government with 182 member of parliament, sir. Now we are 40 member of parliament. Beyond my comprehension, people like Karunanidhi ji, Farooq Abdullah. So any lesson on coalition government from Samajwadi Party. So Samajwadi here is lecturing us. Samaj here is lecturing us. I congratulate member of parliament, but and ladk ho jati hai. The slogan that is the statement of your political party, and you are commenting. You are commenting on someone who is a terrorist. You are commenting on someone who is a criminal when your party is responsible for criminalization politics in the state.
Hey, Dr. Ranganathan holding is yes. Yeah, I'll come to you.
That quasi-terrorist Rahul was Afzal Ansari, who was convicted through gangster act, has stayed.
I know out there and all. I mean, come on. And there are not just one. I mean, I have a whole list. But anyhow, look, let's not talk about criminalization of politics and try to suggest that the SP covers itself in glory. I mean, if I were to start pulling out the record sheet, the history sheet, so to speak, of the Samajwadi Party's association with political so-called bahubalis, I don't even like to use that word, but
I would welcome that. But let me tell you, anybody who's convicted for more than 10 years cannot contest an election. He cannot be a member of parliament.
Well, moral. I was talking about morality in politics. I'm only talking about.
Mandate.
Sir, I'm only talking about morality in politics. Are you suggesting to me that the Ansaris, Haider Saab, are you suggesting to me that the Ansaris, one second. See, I don't want to speak over you.
Rahul, can I please get my chance?
Let me just respond to what Mr. Paswan has said.
No, okay, I've run out of time. Have you run out of time?
I agree that, Bharatiya Janata Party...
Okay, I've run out of time. I need to just, hang on, I need to take a time out. We come back to another debate. We are all going to be there. We can continue this, but I'm just taking time out. I'll be, don't go away.